Buildy here. I just put one in Geopolitical, George. It's a mess. It's got some good information in it, though. It's worth a listen. I even remember to call myself Geopolitical George, except at last I signed out as Buildy. It's just habit. But anyway, I just want to make a quick one because I'm putting up a Patreon site. I've got it all done. I got content in it, my old content. I start at the beginning, and I'm chronologically going up the ladder and putting them in there. And I'll be loading them in there to begin with, and then YouTube. And I get a lot of subscribers on Patreon. I'm probably going to wean off YouTube if I get to that point. What happened while I was doing this is funny. I'd open a video and I'd start getting the information and the title and everything and copy and paste them. And I let the video run because it's kind of a refresher what I said and where I was at and give me some ideas and reminisce. And then I opened one that didn't have any volume. I didn't have any voice. Well, I went ahead and put it in. Then I opened Patreon and it had the voice in Patreon, so it worked. But all my voices went off, at least here on my end. And I tried Rumble and I tried some other things, and everything worked great. But YouTube, my videos had no soundtrack. But when I moved them to Patreon, they had a soundtrack. That's weird. And then while I was trying to figure out what's wrong with that, boom, a big ugly page came up and said, "This channel has been removed by YouTube." That's all it said. Well, that was quick. It's kind of early. No explanation, nothing. What the hell's going on? So I shut everything down, opened it back up, went to my channel. The little button's still there, my face. I pushed the Uncle Buildy button to go to Uncle Buildy. And I said, "This channel's been removed by YouTube." Well, it's all over there. Went to Patreon, made sure it still worked. Went to Rumble, made sure it still worked, because Rumble's tied with YouTube. You could put all your stuff from YouTube to Rumble just by pushing a button, and it all transfers automatically. It takes a long time, but they're hooked together. A lot of these companies that seem to be different, like I'm using the Give Fund Go as a Christian funding outfit. They're hooked up with GoFundMe and the others, because when you dig into it, they're linked. They got all kinds of automatic transfers from one to another. But anyway, I'm a little bummed because I had some plans. It's kind of at a bad time. But you're watching this, right? Well, I'll get to the end. It was offline. I don't know how long. I did some other things and I went back to it to see exactly what that page said. It didn't have any information. It just said this channel's been removed by YouTube. The channel has been removed by YouTube. I thought, well, I'll see if Geopolitical George or Warren Pierce is still there. So I opened it up, and Buildy's there. There he is. It's on. It didn't get removed. So what was that? What happened? A glitch? A warning? Infighting at YouTube? Some SJW decided to take me off, and somebody didn't approve of it and had him put it back on. I don't know. It's hard telling. I can only speculate. The world of computers, things get weird on you. I'm going to have to cut that. That's kind of distracting. But that was just a little thing. Maybe they're sending me a message. Maybe it was an accident. It's nothing I did. I couldn't make that thing come up. It was my channel. It was there. I didn't imagine it. I better be ready, Freddy. It's a time-consuming process to load your videos from YouTube to Patreon. I'm a Luddite. I probably don't know the tricks, but I'm doing it one at a time. It's the only way I can see to do it. But I'm getting there. And then I got to figure out how to go from my... Oh, that's it. You can't go straight from your device to Patreon. You have to go to YouTube, or no, you could go Vimeo. I need to check into that and see if I need to be on Vimeo. But you can't load from your device straight to Patreon. According to the information I found, you have to go through YouTube or Vimeo. So if they do shut me off, I'll have to use Vimeo And it's probably tied in together too. I don't know. Some of this stuff. They take people off and they're obviously on the other channels, so maybe it's a demographic separation thing. Because this is primarily the only reason we have any platform at all is if they completely disappear all of it or make it completely unfunctional, another one will develop. An alternative will happen, a real alternative. It might be analog, but it'll happen. And they don't want that. They want everything where they can see it. And data collection. So, they're limited to what they can do for those reasons and probably others. But it was a little bit of a scare. I always got to keep it in mind. It's not pleasant to keep it in the back of your head. You can be turned into a non-person any minute, or your favorite suppliers and purveyors of information can disappear. But be strong. We're going to win. It'll be all right. Anyway, just a short one. Uncle Bildy signing out. Go to Geopolitical George, and I'm I'm just too discombobulated to do a real class. I know I can do it, but I need time and space and calmness, and I don't have any of those things right now. But I'm going to continue to slog through, and you'll get something out of it. Kind of did this one real quick as I had to. I want a better atmosphere to do them in. But Geopolitical George, there's a new one. And we're going through Eurasianism. I want to introduce American heartland, salt of the earth people, Trumpists. You don't have to be a Trumpist. There are good people that voted for Bernie, or wanted to, until he got foobarred. Maybe there's good people that voted for Biden. I don't know. They might have been fooled. Now they're not. People wake up, But all of us need to be introduced to a new ideology. There is an alternative. It's an international movement for people that just want people to be left alone, that the government and the corporations can't tweak your traditions. They can't adjust you and change you into what they want, which is something profitable and easy to manage. That you can have your own place and your own time and have certain rights. That's all anybody wants. And there is an ideology that addresses that. And they've been making a boogeyman of it. It's been horribly colluminated. And there's some built-in misunderstandings too, because it comes from Russia. Ooh. But it's a good thing. I'm going to start wailing on that. I'm going to have to form some sort of organization. I want to start cells. Let's borrow things from the communists. This is not communism, by the way. People want to label it that, but it's not. This is not liberalism either. Liberalism had some internal contradictions that led directly to what we have now. But yeah, we'll get back to that. I'm going to try to focus on that on Geopolitical George. Anyway, I'll put this one in on YouTube, and then it'll go to Patreon later. Anyway, have a good day. Uncle Billy signing out.